Now, take a second to imagine that you are having a meal with families and friends. Everyone's eating while happily chatting about things happening recently. Suddenly, someone stops talking and is clutching at her throat. Oh no, looks like she's choking. What should we do? If the person's unable to speak or cough, it is important that someone else calls EMS immediately. However, it can take more than 8 minutes for an ambulance to arrive. Meanwhile, a blocked airway can kill someone in 3 to 4 minutes. A simple first aid procedure, such as opening someone's airway, can save their life while waiting for emergency help to arrive. Knowing first aid skills can be really helpful in this and many other types of emergencies. Speaking of learning first aid, you might think of settings like this, and this. In-person hands-on training is still the most recommended way of learning first aid and CPR. However, the investment in time and money discourage many beginners. According to a first aid instructor I've spoken to, only about 5% of her students attend her class because of personal interest or reasons, and the majority only attend because their job requires certification. Or what about learning on my own at home? There are plenty of online resources that one can access for free, but the materials look dull and there's a lack of hands-on practice. In general, people find the topic of first aid boring, overwhelming, and even depressing. For that, I feel there's a need to drastically rebrand first aid education. Introducing To the Rescue. It is a website that teaches basic first aid skills through interactive lessons. The goal is to make the self-learning experience free and fun and act like a starting point for getting people more interested in first aid and actively seek more resources. There are two main parts in the experience: learning and motivation. Let's take a look at learning first. To start with, the learner is introduced to an emergency scenario acted by animal characters. The interactive lesson will teach you how to perform first aid in this specific scenario. Instead of daunting lengthy text, the information is broken into smaller pieces. Audio elements are included during relevant steps, and the key moves are illustrated and interactive so that it's easier to understand and memorize. Before the lesson ends, there will be a short quiz to check if you have understood the content taught in the lesson. At the end of each lesson, there's a recap for you to review what's taught. There are also additional resources if you want to learn more about this skill. Besides that, you can gain coins and unlock posters and achievements by completing lessons, which I'll discuss in a few moments. The website provides a course that consists of different modules, each relating to a common type of emergency scenario. The difficulty level will gradually increase as you progress. Each module contains a few interactive lessons. And again, there are relevant resources if you want to learn more about this topic. Some people told me that they see first aid scenes on TV and in movies. However, some of the treatments depicted are not perfect, or even worse, fatal. Another type of lesson showcases clips from TV shows and movies with example of either good or bad depiction of first aid. It's a good opportunity to debunk some common myths. The wrong treatments are highlighted and explained in details. By the end of the lesson, you'll be told what are the right things to do in that case instead. There are also good examples from movies and TV shows, and those will be showcased as well. One big concern people have about learning first aid on their own is the lack of hands-on practice, and that's how it's addressed by the hands-on lessons. You'll be asked to connect your smartphone, and the position and movement data from the phone is going to be used to judge if you're performing the moves accurately. Similar to the lesson we talked about before, the context of the emergency gets introduced first. Besides the first aid instructions on the screen, you'll also be given instructions on how to complete it with your phone, and the feedback from the phone is used to control the movement of the characters on the screen. When the phone detects that you are doing a move correctly or incorrectly, there's not only feedback on the screen, but also vibration and sound feedback from your phone. Apart from learning, there's also an achievement and reward system to keep the learner interested, motivated, and keep reviewing. As you progress in the course, you can unlock achievement badges. Also, there is a collection of first aid themed posters created by artists we partner with. As you complete the relevant lessons, you will unlock certain posters. What's even better, the coins gained from completing lessons and unlocking achievements can be used in exchange for first aid related physical rewards. You can get discounts on training sessions from our partner training centers. This is to encourage the learners to get more professional instructions and get certified. You can use the coins to buy physical products such as first aid kits and books as well. You can also purchase physical badges of achievements and copies of posters that you have unlocked. To the Rescue serves as a starting point for people to learn basic first aid systematically, and it's more fun and interactive than traditional way of learning first aid. It will raise awareness, spread the knowledge, and potentially save more lives. Thank you.